You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris, brought to you by Sioux Falls Fireworks.org. Mr. Farris, good day.
Oh, good day. I'm going to give you real names. You tell me who these birthday celebrities are. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Always a big round of fun. Lassane Parish Crooks.
That would have to be Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, you are so close.
I have no idea who.
Tupac.
Oh, really?
Tupac Shakur.
I don't think I was really that close.
Arthur Stanley Jefferson, born this day.
Arthur Stanley.
One half of one of the finest comedic duos ever in the history of comedic duos.
Art Carney?
No, that would be Stan Laurel, Laurel and Hardy fame. Yep, Arthur Stanley
I was thinking
Jefferson.
of the Honeymooners.
And no fake name here, but gosh, one of my all-time favorite jokes in the entire world. Apache leader Geronimo. His birthday today, passed away of pneumonia, actually, at the age of 79. But I heard when I was a little kid, one of the greatest jokes in the neighborhood. Well, what did Geronimo yell when he jumped out of a plane? Me!
Why do they yell Geronimo when they jump out? Do they even do that? Is that just a thing? Like we say that?
It's just like
A cartoon or
folklore
something?
stuff. I heard something about he took a tumble off a horse at some point.
Too bad we don't have some sort of tool where there's information at our fingertips.
It's so much better to just make stuff up and say it.
Either way, it all works
I
for me.
love that. Me! Funnier every time I tell it.
It is. It's good.
It was 1880, the Salvation Army. 1880, Salvation Army formed and actually founded in London on this day. Just one day later, began ringing bells outside Lewis and Hy-Vee. It was 1884.
And red kettles, yeah.
1884. How would you like to be the first one to do this? 1884, this day, the very first United States roller coaster fires up in Coney Island, New York.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you get on it. No, you get on it first.
Yeah,
you get on it.
It would take some major arm twisting for me.
And finally, and still a classic, man, still kind of a thriller chiller, 1960, Alfred Hitchcock's psychological thriller Psycho premieres.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, launched a lot of other films, too. So
It did indeed.
There you go.
Well,
That's
Dan,
what I know
thank
of.
you.
Yep, and now
thank you for that roundup, sir.
You
We're going to chat with Dan again here in a little bit for some entertainment news, and we'll get a little bit of water cooler talk. And we got some good news, a lot of fun stuff. It's all on the way on the Tuesday edition of the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by Sioux Falls Fireworks.org.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks, run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Top of the morning there, you two little snuggle bunny married couple. You, Jimmy, how the heck are you? Fantastic. Hey, Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
Heidi, whoa, hang on a second here. Let me tie those shoes for you. Don't want you falling for anybody else. You know, kids, we've discussed a lot of things over the past year or so and covered pretty much, all kinds of critters here, near, and far, and up in the air, and under the seas, and crawling over land. But I don't think we've said a darn thing about armadillos.
No, we haven't, really.
We ain't said nothing about the armadillos.
Armadillos are cool.
Nothing. Do you realize back in the day, way long time ago, there was a gigantic armadillo that roamed the lands, and hunters would actually kill that armadillo, not just for its meat, but then they would live inside its shell.
Are you serious?
That's how big it was.
Holy cow, that's a big armadillo.
That's a big armadillo. Let's talk about armadillos giving birth.
Okay.
This is super interesting. Armadillos give birth every single time to 4 genetically identical youngins.
Genetically identical to themselves or to each other?
To each other, like quadruplets.
Huh. That's cool.
Their DNA, they are exact matches, all 4 of them, every single time. And they are split, in fact, from the same embryo.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's interesting.
Always identical quadruplets. They are the only known vertebrate animal to exhibit this particular kind of a situation. Now, what else is interesting into the world of music and pop culture, which we're all very well versed because we are, in fact, a radio station.
Yeah.
That was actually the science and the idea and the concept that was the basis for the founding of the Latino boy band Menudo. Very popular in the late 70s, right through 2009.
Oh, wow. They went that long.
Sold over 20 million albums, including their 1985 hit, Hold Me, which makes Ranger Dan kind of melty. Ricky Martin was a member of Menudo.
He was.
Ricky Martin, of course, Live in La Vida Loca. You know the tune. I know I do. Her lips are devil red, her skin the color mocha. Yeah. She'll wear you out, Live in La Vida Loca. That's all the time we have today, kids. I hope you learned something. I know old Ranger Dan did, just as usual. Keep in mind, what doesn't kill you makes stronger, except for bears, murder hornets. Those will kill you every darn time. This is Ranger Dan out. Say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Each month you have these things called bills. They have to be paid. It's part of being an adult, not the fun part, but it's important. So if you can find a way to cut some of these expenses, it makes that bill day a little better. At InsuranceChicken.com, we'd like to help. Our site allows you to see what several different companies have to offer, all in one place. Check out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
And it's time right now for a little bit of water cooler talk with Mr. Dan Farris. Mr. Farris, you've got some good water cooler talk today?
I do, just kind of an update because, again, we're kind of, libbling around the edges. It wasn't that long ago. Everybody was, locked in their caves and freaking out and everything else. And some things have been canceled. Some things haven't. If you're a fair-bound person, Minnesota State Fair is not happening.
Yeah.
Right.
The Iowa State Fair is not happening.
Yeah.
The South Dakota State Fair is a go.
Yeah.
That is happening. The Sioux Empire Fair is a go.
Okay.
So
Nice.
just so you know. And then if you were a baseball freak, and man, back then I used to spend a lot of time out at the Birdcage, the Sioux Falls Canaries Baseball Club. There's going to be some baseball being played the first month of July. They've condensed things down, and here's kind of the information on that. Sioux Falls Canaries Baseball Club excited to announce they will participate in the 2020 season in the American Association. The Birds and the American Association made that announcement late last week. Season begins July 3rd and will feature 6 teams with games being played at the Birdcage in front of fans. There's only going to be 3 different cities they'll be playing in.
Okay.
So they're trying to condense it down, certainly for safety reasons. So a 6-team, 60-game season will take place at 3 hub cities, Sioux Falls, Fargo, and Milwaukee. The Canaries, along with St. Paul Saints, will play their home games in Sioux Falls.
Oh.
So in other words, the Saints are going to be using the Birdcage for their home field. And the Saints are always fun. It fires up July 3rd.
That's cool.
Yeah, it kind of does. And what else is going on? Well, the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks and the Winnipeg Goldeyes will play in Fargo, and the Chicago Dogs and the world's worst team name ever, the Milwaukee Milkmen, will play in Milwaukee.
Is that really a team? The Milkman?
Why, yes, John.
Why would they?
I wasn't there, John.
I suppose.
wasn't
I don't
on the
know.
Think about this.
board.
They're probably, I guess Wisconsin, there's a lot of dairy there, I guess.
It's not like it's the beer capital of America.
Yeah, it's that
They
too.
could have come up with a much cooler name.
Man, that's
Gee,
awesome.
I'm just
Not
throwing
very
it out there.
intimidating.
I already said world's worst team name, then
Yeah.
you guys pile on.
I just checked to
We were
see if it was
agreeing.
for real.
the Milwaukee Milkmen. I'm going to have to see what their logo. Maybe we'll
I
want
wanna
some
get a
t-shirts.
shirt
See, no, immediately. And that was probably what was behind it. It was like, this is so randomly stupid. Everybody's buying our merch
Yeah.
from around the world.
Probably.
So that's what I know. Baseball is back on. It's going to be limited. It's going to be a little different, but at
At least it's something.
they're playing ball.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
So there you go. That's what I know, and now you know.
Awesome. Dan, thank you very much for that update.
Sure thing.
Going to have Dan come back with some entertainment news coming your way. But first, we have a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. 2020 has become quite an interesting year.
Many people have been cooped up for way too long.
We're excited to join hundreds of friends for a fun time in Cancun this October.
Hear awesome music from Belinda Carlisle, Cheap Trick, Billy Idol, and many more.
The seance is at the end of October, and we are ready for a vacation. I hope you will join us.
We've been to this event for many years, and it is so much fun.
Get more information and reserve your spot at radiotravelgroup.com.
That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. I'd like to invite you to join us on the 4th of July for the Sioux Falls fireworks. That's our bright spot of news today. We get to include a few more sponsors. So huge thank you, first of all, to all of the sponsors who've been a part of this. So we'll go through all of them. Local sponsors include Sunny 93.3, Fox 7, Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort, and Market Beat. And then we've also got Notaboom RV, Car Swap, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Smithfield Foods, Excel Energy, and Big Paws Canine. Now, we also get to include on that list Right at Home, in-home care and assistance. It is an awesome organization, and they help improve the lives of the people they serve. It is an amazing organization, wonderful, wonderful people. I know several people who work there, and they're really good folks. So a huge thank you to Right at Home, and they're actually located just up the street from where we're going to shoot the fireworks. We'll be shooting the fireworks this year at Elmwood Golf Course. It'll be from the driving range, and we've got permission now to use the parking lot at Howard Wood Field, the parking lot at the arena, probably the one on the backside. If you go on the other side, you won't be able to see them because the arena's in the way. But the backside between the arena and Russell, that whole parking area. Also, the bird cage, there's some areas to park there. And we're currently working with a couple of other property owners to get permission to park in their locations. You can find the approved places to park on the website, SiouxFallsFireworks.org. We'll be updating that throughout the time as well. So as we get closer to the event, you'll see more and more parking locations added to the list. Also, want to remind you, if you get a chance, head out to Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort anytime between now and the 4th of July. You can donate $10 to their fireworks fund, and they're going to give you $10 in free play at the casino. Get all of the details at the resort club. But this is a huge thing for the Sioux Falls fireworks. This is the Grand Falls Casino grand finale, and the more we have in that fund, the bigger and better that grand finale can be each year. So it's part of the giving back program at Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort, which is an amazing thing. So if you get a chance, head on out there between now and the 4th of July, make a contribution and help us with the fireworks for the Sioux Falls 4th of July event. Again, if you'd like to get all the details on that, you can find that at SiouxFallsFireworks.org. And if you happen to have a business and you'd like to be involved in the fireworks, we would absolutely love that. We've got another sponsor, I believe, coming on today, so hopefully we'll be making another announcement tomorrow. But we've got, again, a bunch of wonderful sponsors, and a huge thank you to each and every one of them who've stepped up and said, yes, we want to help support this, and yes, we want to help make sure the Sioux Falls fireworks continue to thrive and live on. Again, all of the details and all of the sponsors can be found at SiouxFallsFireworks.org. Please join us this year at the 4th of July in Sioux Falls. Right now, our bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls.
Small businesses are the heart of our community. As things get back to normal, I hope you'll go out of your way to do business with locally owned businesses in your area. We've been so pleased with the response of our gift card challenge that we're gonna keep this going. If you can, buy an extra gift card. You can use it yourself or give it to someone who needs a little help right now. When you buy a gift card, remember to post a photo on social media with hashtag giftcardchallenge. Learn more at giftcardchallenge.org.
And it's time right now for a little bit of entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Let's go. Let's do a little sucking up because celebrities are fabulous. Because this is the reality in now which we live. You can't make this stuff up. Britney Spears, as you know, I am a huge fan.
Yeah.
In fact, I opened up a halfway house.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, you did.
Well, you halfway opened it. But,
yeah, well, it was a funding situation.
It was like a quarter-way house.
Blah, blah, blah. Sit there all day, write grants. It's like, are you a registered nonprofit? Oh, thank you to stay out of my business. Britney Spears happens to be one of Louisiana's most beloved residents.
Oh, really?
Well, there's a recent movement now, and again, this is where we hit an alternate universe. There's a huge movement on right now, petitions being filed, almost 25,000 signatures on that petition to build a monument in her honor.
Oh, really?
Which doesn't sound like any big deal, but this movement is called the Replace Confederate Statues in New Orleans with Statues of Britney Spears. So they want anything.
So they would just replace all of them with her?
Yeah, tear down anything that has to do with Confederacy and replace them with
General Lee goes, Britney and Kevin Federline go up.
Yeah, and this is actually this is going to land on the governor's desk because it's legitimate. Somebody sat down and went,
"Wow,
I have an idea."
So the governor has to decide if
this is for real. Yeah, if it like any other place, if it enough legit signatures.
Yep.
In a lot of those instances, that actually goes to a public vote. It ends up on a ballot. So that is what's going on there. So as much as I love Britney, and I just want to point this out, okay? I understand the Confederacy, blah, 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 and I'm triggered, which is nice. The thing's only been up for 120 years.
Exactly.
But I look at these things, some of these gorgeous, and they just recently toppled the Christopher Columbus statue, which I'm very familiar with at the state capitol in St. Paul. I'm a Twin Cities kid. I used to do tours of the place, and everything is just beautiful. When I see a statue, a beautiful life-size bronze, whatever, that's what I see. I see an amazing work of art.
Yeah.
A lot of times from old-school craftsmanship, turn of the century or whatnot.
You don't see whatever the symbolism is that you think it stands for?
I don't. I just see something that's really kind of jaw-dropping and awe-inspiring, and it breaks my heart to see this stuff being destroyed.
One of my big concerns is if you don't know history, you are bound to repeat it.
Yes.
Well, and it works like this, just like this petition thing. And it may be tongue-in-cheek, but who knows? But if something really upsets you, there are proper ways to go about making that change. Yeah. And what I'm seeing is not the proper way. You're destroying. You're just destroying. And it's sad. It's like, for instance, a few years ago, we've got our sculpture art walk downtown Sioux Falls.
Right.
Well, there was this beautiful, and I believe it was a bronze of Gandhi.
I remember that. I know.
Like, to me, it's like, this dude's way too mellow, man. And I was triggered, but
triggered because Gandhi was too mellow?
I could have easily hip-checked him right into that trolley that I can't stand. But no,
you didn't?
I just counted to 10.
Took a deep breath.
Walked by. I did. I was just an adult about it.
Yeah.
So you never... Gandhi triggers me, but I'm an adult.
I hope most people know he's just kidding. So,
do you, John? Do you really?
I'm pretty darn sure. Oh boy,
I'm
Dan.
pretty sure.
Thank you for making me nervous once again.
Mr. Mellow Gandhi, I'm a passive.
Don't you have a page to argue with people on Facebook or something? You got somewhere
I don't go there. I keep it all bottled up.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I'm just waiting for this last inch of fuse to burn down.
Me too. Well, Dan, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming in, man.
My pleasure, John.
Dan coming in here to
spread the love, baby.
Yeah, keep me on the edge of my seat for the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxFallsFireworks.org.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Tuesday, June 16th. Monday morning, investors shrugged off the previous week's volatility in favor of bargain hunting. The risk of a second wave of COVID-19 was not enough to deter investors looking for yield and value. Monday's rally confirms support at the 3,000 level and may signal another updraft is on the way. News from the FOMC helped support index prices on Monday. The Fed says it will start buying the bonds of individual corporations in order to support credit markets. and free up capital. Pundits have already criticized the move as too much and unnecessary, but the equities market cheered anyway. We caution investors not to chase prices in this rapidly changing market environment. The equities market is still in melt-up mode, which means another big correction is looming around the corner. And remember, you can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.